Welcome if you have a scar and want smoother makeup coverage. This guide will help you do it without making the area look heavy. The goal is not to erase your face. It is to soften the scar so your skin looks even and natural in real life. Different scars behave differently under makeup, so first notice whether yours is flat, raised, indented, dry, shiny, pink, brown, or pale. A flat scar is usually the easiest to cover because color is the main issue. A raised scar can catch light, so texture control matters as much as color coverage. An indented scar can create shadow, so strategic product placement matters more than piling on thick foundation. If your scar is still healing, open, tender, or irritated, skip makeup and follow your doctor's care advice first. For healed scars, good coverage starts before makeup ever touches your skin. Clean skin matters because leftover oil, sunscreen buildup, or flakes can make concealer break apart around a scar. Use a gentle cleanser and pat dry instead of rubbing the area hard. Next, add a light moisturizer so the scar does not drink up your makeup faster than the rest of your face. If your scar is dry or tight, press a tiny extra amount of moisturizer only where it needs comfort. Give skincare a minute to settle so your base products do not slide around. After moisturizer, use sunscreen in the daytime because protected skin usually looks calmer and more even over time. Let sunscreen set well before makeup, especially if your scar sits on an area that moves a lot like the cheek or mouth. Now let's talk primer because the right primer can make a big difference. A smoothing primer helps when the scar feels uneven or catches texture. A gripping primer helps when makeup usually fades or separates on the scar by midday. You do not need a thick layer of primer, just a thin targeted amount pressed onto the scar area. Rubbing too much primer can create little rolls of product, so press and smooth gently. One common mistake is putting full coverage everything everywhere, even when the scar is only one small area. It usually looks better to keep the rest of the face lighter and build coverage only where you need it. Before color products, look at the color of the scar in natural light if possible. If the scar looks pink or red, a small amount of green corrector can help. If it looks purple or blue, a peach or light orange corrector may work better. If it looks brown, peach, bisque, or a carefully chosen brightening corrector can help depending on your skin tone. Myth versus truth, more corrector does not mean better coverage, because too much corrector can peek through the foundation. The truth is that thin layers almost always look smoother and last longer. Use a tiny brush or fingertip to place corrector only on the discolored part of the scar. Keep the edges soft so you do not create a visible colored patch around it. After corrector, wait a few seconds before adding more product. Now choose a foundation that matches your neck and chest, not just the area around the scar. A natural matte or soft satin finish is often the easiest for scar coverage because it balances shine and texture. Very dewy formulas can highlight raised texture and very flat formulas can exaggerate dryness. Start with a light layer of foundation over the whole face so the scar does not end up floating in a different shade. Press foundation on with a damp sponge or small dense brush instead of aggressively dragging it across the area. If the scar is textured, tapping is usually kinder than swiping. At this point, check the scar again before adding more coverage. If the color still shows through, use a small brush to place concealer right on top of the scar. Pick a concealer that matches your foundation closely for the most invisible result. A concealer that is too light can spotlight the scar instead of hiding it. A concealer that is too dark can turn the scar muddy. Use the tip of the brush to place product in the center first, then feather the edges. This is where patience wins because one thin layer looks better than one thick blob. Let that thin layer sit for a moment so it can grip before blending. Then tap only the edges with a sponge or fingertip, leaving the highest coverage over the scar itself. If needed, repeat with another whisper thin layer. For indented scars, try placing a touch of concealer into the shadowed part, not all over the surrounding skin. For raised scars, keep reflective highlighter away from that area so light does not draw attention to it. For scars near the eyebrow, lip line, or hairline, use smaller tools so you do not blur important edges. If your scar sits on the cheek, avoid heavy sweeping blush directly over fresh concealer. Instead, place blush slightly around it and blend gently so the area still looks lifted and natural. Cream products can work beautifully, but powder on top can help lock everything in place. If cream products usually disturb your coverage, try doing more of your color with thin powder layers. When it is time to set, use a small puff or sponge and press setting powder right over the scar. Do not scrub powder across the area because that can move all the work underneath. Focus powder where you need hold, then keep the rest of the face as natural as you like. After powder, a setting spray can help melt layers together so coverage looks less obvious. Mist lightly and let it dry on its own instead of fanning wildly and touching the scar. Here is a simple framework to remember: prep, correct, cover, press, set. Prep means smooth hydrated skin with sunscreen and a targeted primer. Correct means neutralize the scar color only if you truly need it. Cover means use foundation and concealer in thin controlled layers. Press means tap products into place instead of dragging them around. Set means lock the work with powder and optional setting spray. Let's do a quick checklist before you leave the mirror. Is the scar color neutralized? Does the foundation match your neck? Are the edges blended with the rest of your skin? Did you avoid making the scar brighter than the surrounding area? Did you set it enough for your skin type and the weather? If yes, you are already ahead of most common coverage mistakes. Real-world example: if you need coverage for a workday, aim for comfortable medium coverage that survives long hours and office lighting. For photos or evening events, you can build a little more coverage, but keep texture in mind because cameras see thickness too. For hot weather, use less skincare under makeup and focus on long wear layers. For dry weather, spend more time moisturizing and use less powder so the scar does not look crusty. If the scar is near a smile line, expect movement and keep the layers extra thin. If coverage keeps separating, the products may not like each other, so check whether your skincare and base formulas mix well. Silicone-heavy primer and very emollient base makeup can sometimes pill when layered too fast. Another trouble point is dry flakes because makeup sticks to them and makes the scar more visible. In that case, pause and gently smooth the area with moisturizer rather than stacking more concealer. If the scar still looks gray, the issue may be undertone, not coverage amount. A tiny touch of the right corrector underneath can fix more than a thicker concealer on top. If the scar looks obvious only from the side, texture and shine are probably the real issue. A softer finish and careful powder placement can help more than extra pigment. If you accidentally added too much product, do not panic. Use a clean sponge with almost no moisture and lightly lift excess product from the edges first. Then re-tap a tiny amount only where coverage was lost. Another smart trick is to step back from the mirror because extreme close-up checking can make you over-apply. Most people see your full face, not your skin from 2 inches away. Remember that good scar coverage should still look like skin. You are aiming for less contrast, softer texture, and better balance, not a mask. Also remember that makeup is a tool, not a rule, and your scar does not need fixing to be worthy of being seen. If this guide is helping, like the video so more people looking for scar coverage tips can find it. Subscribe for more easy makeup help that actually works in real life. Share this with a friend who wants scar coverage that looks smooth instead of heavy. Tell me in the comments whether your scar is flat, raised, or indented because that changes the best technique. And tell me which product gives you the hardest time: corrector, foundation, concealer, powder, or setting spray. Your final mini recap is simple: thin layers, correct only when needed, press not rub, and set with care. With the right prep and patient layering, makeup can help your scar blend in beautifully while still looking like your skin.